Oh, now that is late. L-A-T-E. Late is a 4-letter word. Sorry, what's the time? Good Lord. Is that 15 minutes late? When did I say I was going to start? I bet I've lost 4, 5 viewers. Oh, that's really late. Now, you will not believe why this is so late. You will not believe it. The reason you won't believe it is because I'm going to make something up right now that isn't true. So... actually, fuck it. I'm gonna go with the truth. And it's gonna annoy a lot of you because vaping's annoying anyway, isn't it? Oh no, it's vape related delays. Yep, people on platform 4, we have got vape related delays. Did I tell you once I was at Bristol Temple Meads? Platform absolutely chocker. Train there. Everyone thinking, come on, open the doors. It had been there for about 6 minutes. And then the doors went, everyone went to step on, they went, shut again. And a few people got like their arms caught in it and that, but you know, they were all right. But then they sort of went, it was not working, right? And then about 10 minutes, and now the train is like half hour delayed. Voice come over the tannoy. It went, ladies and gentlemen, on platform 4, the train is totally fucked. Which, in fairness, fair play. Tell me the truth. I don't want none of your nonsense. It's totally fucked. All right, I'll find another way to get to Totnes. And I actually hitched the rest of the way, and that's when an Arab picked me up in his Jaguar. And he went, where you going to tonight, huh? Hello, Alan. Good to see you, man. Where you going? Good morning again, Moslab. I said, I'm going to Totnes. And he went, you will not make it tonight. Now, is that a death prize? You will not make it tonight. I was like, oh, no, I'll be all right. And it was about 9 o'clock. So I would have been cutting it a bit fine if I was waiting around a lot or if an Arab in a Jaguar decided to slit my throat. And then I went, no, I'll be all right. I said, if it comes to it, I'll just bed down at a service station or something. And he went, why don't you come stay at my house? I'd had that a few times hitchhiking. Once from a lady. I turned her down as well. I just thought, yeah, I know about this. I've been here before. We end up fucking, and then all of a sudden the husband walks in and goes, no, it's no problem. Carry on. Relax, boy. I'm relaxed. I'm fucking, ow! And so he said, why don't you come and stay at my house? And I went, no, you're all right. Now, I was wearing tramp's clothes and I had dreadlocks. So I think he thought I was a homeless. And he looked all confused and pissed. And he went, I've got carpets, jacuzzi. Now, in fairness, jacuzzi does carry a little bit of attraction weight. You know, if you were chatting up some bird at a boozer or something and you went, do you want to come back to mine? I've got a jacuzzi. We can have quite the time. Yeah, you know, there's carpets. Carpets. I got carpets. I got cupboards. Back door. Automatic lockdown system. Basement full of chains. Cattle prods. And then I went to him, now you're all right, mate. I'm all right for carpets. I actually wear a shag pile in my shoe. It's like I'm walking on carpets all day. I didn't say that. I thought it, though. I should have said it. I wished I'd said it. Anyway, once I turned down his trump card of carpets and jacuzzi, he just stopped. Hard shoulder, M5, not a word, just kept looking forward. As if I'd sort of, you know, as if I'd, as if I'd shunned him. which I'd shunned his penis in essentially. I'd shunned his penis. I had a Welsh lorry driver once try and bugger me as well, but we'll save that for another time. The show's going to start shortly. Hello, mate. Yeah, it's all going groovy round here. Nice to see you, Riser. All right. Where was I? So yeah, I am actually currently burning a single coil. I haven't single coiled for what? Marco Pierre White. You know, the last time I put a single coil into my vape? 2010, 6:30, Thursday. So it's weird. It's confusing. It's frustrating. I tried to re-wick them. Wicker. Wicker man. The landlord's daughter. Is that Britt Eklund? Go on, son. Britt Eklund. And that was today's toxic masculinity. Go on, son. You'll be all right. I never even known what that means. I suppose it's fucking, is it? Anyway, Britt Eklund. I wasn't even going to do this stream because I've got a little bit of it was a stressor at work today. I've got a link. I've got the starts of what might be an headache, but it probably won't be. And I thought, no. And then I thought, well, hang on. Tomorrow is your last day of 2 streams a day. I thought, no. Give it to the people. They need it. You need it. I need it. Got to earn a pound note. Got to pick a pocket or two. So here we are. I've got some cracking things to show you. It's a bit of a coof-heavy show. It's coof-heavy. Nothing wrong with that. The only problem with it is I can't say much about it. But in fairness, the clips do the talking, which is all lovely. Hello, Rags. Hello, Steve. Marzipan. Scorry's on the firm. Our Pizzle is here. Shagrat, Grego, Pax Max. Anglo-Saxon has put a $5 in. I am determined to be tonight's first and last to donate. No more sucking out pig's eyes. Hoi! You must have seen a lot of that. Is that what it? I think if you get beaten, not you, if one gets beaten to the final grift, that is known as having, you've had your pig's eye sucked. Especially if you think you've won like Chrissy, this morning, the timing was perfect. And then just as I was about to close down, boom, she had her pig's eye sucked out. Nice one, Anglo-Saxon. Shaction, what's happening here? No, I went a bit of Sean Connery. Nice one, Anglo-Saxon. And when I say a bit, I mean about 4%, as the impression confirmed. Thank you, Anglo. That's much appreciated. Tito's on the firm, which is lovely. Nice to see Billy Blogs here as well. Anglo, thanks for that 5 spot, though. Nice one. When we get to about 90 or 100, I'll get the grift sorted out properly. Billy Blogs is saying, danger, Will Robinson. Tell me about Will. I don't know what the point is. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Hey, mate, how do I turn this thing up? It's just over there. You just got to reach over there. No, a bit more. Dirty bastard. There you go. I was just going to tell you something else, though. I had a little aside. I've got loads of hitchhiking stories, to be honest with you. I've done so much of it. Flammadiddler. Hello, mate. Seems to have been a while. Maybe you've just been a bit quiet. Mouse Cat is in here. Fanier Rising says, real fucking horror show. What? Everything is. Everything! Hello, Lee. Jacuzzi. Lee, hello, Aramas. Jacuzzi equals pink eye and midnight visits the emergency room for my girl. Oh, that didn't go down too well then. Was it a chlorine-based session? Good Lord, that sounds awful. Hello, John Francis. John Palmer. Essentially, Billy, yes. And carpets. I mean, that's what done it, really. I'd have probably gone if it was just the jacuzzi. If it was just a jacuzzi. Yeah, weird old times. Good fun hitchhiking. I wouldn't do it anymore. That was what it was. As soon as he realised it wasn't anus, as soon as he realised he wouldn't be playing my rusty trombone, he went, "Get out, you dirty hippie, you dirty my jaguar seats." Exactly that. And I had, without doubt, I had. As I was clenching my calf muscles at the horizon of anal rape that was rapidly approaching, I remember the backs of my military surplus boots grinding on the little bit under the seat. Grinder. Kieran's on the firm. Hello, mate. Jack London. Hello, Jack. John Palmer's gone for a long one. Look, there he is. Look, he's even included Jack London. Don't worry, people. If you're new around here, the show will start shortly. RMF is here. Uppers Utch. No, God, no. Not my cup of tea. You obviously missed this morning's stream because I've been like this all fucking day. Nah, the only what could you cook? What could I eat? What have I eaten today? You could class as uppers. I have eaten Mrs. Memetic's chocolate orange, all of it. There was a few crumbs. I tried to show off in front of my missus. When it came here, because it had been in the heat, it was a bit gooey. And so I said, first place that goes freezer. And then when we got it out of the freezer, she was like, how'd you eat it? And it's crack it and unwrap it, innit? But I wanted to show off and I just went slam. Because it was frozen, it sort of shattered. So I've had like a Terry's chocolate orange shrapnel delight, which is good because she couldn't be arsed with it. And so she left it and I've eaten it all. So maybe a bit too much sugar. Oh, and I had a couple of caramel sweets, but no, God, no stimulants. I ate them. I've always been about, I mean, I had my crack and my speed days, but if I had to, it's always going to be benzos and smack, you know. Come on. Who wants to hello? I'm already too much like that. Slow the boy down. Hello, Doc Shelley. How you getting on, son? Good to see you. Hello, Colt. The show is going to start right now. We've hit 100 people. Right, let's get this fucking grift. Hang on a minute. Hello, son. Back for the evening session. Oh, this is the mysterious JC. Oh, I've heard his voice. Ooh, you might need to buy a hat, people. Nice to see you, man. Lovely. Right, Flammer Diddler hasn't been here because he's been grafting. I watch on replay during the dinner hour. I still haven't managed to catch the start of the show. No, this one's going to start in a minute. Don't worry about that. Don't you worry yourself, Flammer Diddler. Right, we've got some wicked clips. Is Grego on the firm? Let's get this grift out of the way. SUBSTACKer. Surely it'll just be stacker. Writer. Hello, Brian. Good to see you, son. It's slightly disrespectful to call it a chocolate orange. What, to oranges or chocolates? I don't know what's going on. 21st Dissident is on the firm. Caffeine and nicotine are enough stimulus. Yeah, even if I have a cup of tea, I mean, I think you've seen it. It's so homosexual. Milk in first to take the edge off the heat. Milk, hot water in, tea bag out. Because, and I'll give people the tilde, I had a girlfriend who had OCD, and once she just had that bag going up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, X5, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, X5, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Every man loves a woman. 1, 2, 3, 4, X5, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Every man loves a woman. 1, 2, 3, 4. That went on for about a year. And then when she stopped actually dipping it, she realized that the water was then cold. Oh, I know, put it in the microwave. Sitting, and there are two sitting and one sits and one stands. And two sitting and one stands. Two sitting. Finally got my cup of tea. Now, I was using at the time, so I didn't really notice that this was the closest thing to, what would you call it? There is a word I'm looking for. Tincture of caffeine. This was tincture. Back in the day, you'd have gone to an apothecary and bought 5 grains of this stuff. I mean, this taught me how strong caffeine actually is. Nice to see a 21st diffident. You could be diffident. Don't be different, though. Don't go changing. That would be terrible. And so I've drunk it. And after about 20 seconds, I felt fucking awful. Hands and knees pissing with sweat. Goosebumps. It felt a little bit like a withdrawal. And I said to the missus who made it, I said, I got something's happened, man. I got to lay down. And she was like, you all right? She said, you don't look well. And I was like, nah. Crawled into bed, could barely get up in the bed. Laid there, thinking death was upon me, thinking I'd won the death prize. And of course, 3 minutes later, same with her. Caffeine poisoning. And ever since then, if I overdo a cup of tea, and if Mark or Windy Willow are in the chat, they'll tell you, they'll confirm this. If I go around their drum and they drink tea like it's on tap, right? It's just tea. It's like Biden's continual flow of immigration. Mark and Windy want a continual flow of tea. And I always say, Windy, just glance that bag in there. And then I have to go out and have a look because I know no one will realise how weak I need it. But yeah, if I get a little hint of a caffeine hit, it terrifies me. And that was the Tilda. Good Lord, imagine the full-length story. Ugh. Anyway, the show will start in a moment. Grego is at the ready. Nice one, Greg. So right, here we go. Greg's. I'll have your ticking tika roll. Anglo towards a griddle pan. Can't be grilling steaks. They're fucking great under the grill, but I think the griddle will do it. That's very kind of you, Anglo. And I will show you. It's a question of where to get one, though. That's the issue. They haven't got me in super duper. They're just non-stick. 4 weeks later, the handle falls off jobbies. But once I get one, I'll show it. That's very kind. And I will get one for sure. I will get one. Right. Danger and JC sitting in the tree. And then he realised it was time to stop it. Stop it, Mr. Palmer. You might have fought for your country, but I've fought for your souls. Ready, Grego? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right there, people. There's many ways you can financially support this channel. You can become a member. That's the top link in the description. There's free strata. They get private streams. Join the top one. You can see all the private streams. Join the middle one, the bottom two. Join the bottom one, just that one. It's like £1 or £3 or £7 a month. That's quite good. Super chat is the $ at the bottom of the chat. That's the paying mantis. That's quite handy. If you want to donate but not give anything to YouTube, you can use Entropy, which I haven't fucking set up, which is going to cost me about 10 seconds. Oh, Lord, no. La do 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 da da twa twa chinky tapo. I slipped in chinky there. Da ba di da da ba. Grego, just forget about it, mate. Write this one off. I was so excited that I was going to beat this morning's record that I forgot to set up Entropy. If you'd rather not give anything to YouTube and get a lesser cut, Entre is the place to go. The link is in the description, but I'll put it in the chat now and I'll pinner to the top of the YouTube chat. Give me a 1 in the chat every time I say I'll pin it. You say pinner. I reckon there's at least 5 of you that do that. Can someone confirm that Entropy is linked up there? There's also SUBSTACK, which is like a regular monthly thing. Although they do take one-offs. I've got about 7 SUBSTACK supporters, and they don't get enough thanks, nay glory, as perhaps they should. So thanks to the SUBSTACK supporters. That's in the description as well. There is a Bitcoin address, but in 5 years, I think I've got one, and I think he asked for it back a year later when it had gone up. No shit. He said, you know that Bitcoin donation I gave you? I was like, oh yeah, I remember. Seeing as it was the only one. He went, well, I've hit hard times. Can I have it back? And I was like, yeah, how much was it? And then he wrote to me, went, well, it's not about how much it was. It's about how much it's worth today. And I was like, yeah, that's that. I'd like to, I'll give you your initial donation back. In fairness, 2 weeks later, he wrote to me and said, mate, he said, I was so drunk and scared for a couple of weeks, and I was just desperate. Of course, I didn't expect you to give everything else back. If he breaks 55 seconds, we know he's doping. Well, I didn't, did I? I ruined it. Absolutely ruined it. Hello, Matt D. Nice to see you. Absolutely. Grego says chocolate orange man. Good. Clockwork orange, orange of colour. Where are we? Milk in first. I think you'll find the majority of the scrubs milk in first. 1, if you're milking first. 2, if you're milking last. Go for it. Dun, 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 dun. Hello, Aidan. You won it today, didn't you? You suggested it and you won. Excuse me, and you won it. See you later, LC350. Get some scrown in you. Looky here is drinking tea with lemon. That's all right, isn't it? I like a bit of honey in with my lemon. Ian's crying. Ian's crying. Don't cry, Ian. Well, you can if you want. It could be quite good for you, I suppose, in a way sometimes. Hello, Packer. Ian Marr tried extra. There's actually extra strong Tetley. It was like liquid crack. Yeah, that's what this other stuff was like. Where are we going? Yeah, it was awful. I really thought I was going to have a heart attack. It was shocking. And of course, then I realised what had happened, and I thought, if I die on the back of that. Hello, PaulSquire.com. Just so you all know, I pretty much dislike Christmas. Sorry about that. You're all right. You're all right, mate. Don't worry about that. If it's not your cup of tea. Hello, Moody Edge. Good to see you. It's weird, isn't it? Some people are. Some people are, Moslab. Sorry, I've got to say what I put on the screen because some people are on audio only. Ian Mars said a spastic wrapped in fiberglass. Epic. Who said that? Was that one of mine or someone excellent? Hello, Andrew. Nice to see you. I want to see those ones. There you go. There you go. Pinner Tourette's. Thank you, Matt. Much appreciated. A good cast iron pan. No, for sure. That's what I'll be getting, but it's trying to get one out here. That's the problem. Hello, Crow. Good to see you. Thanks, Matt, for that donation. Oh, loads of twos. I think the twos have it. I know the angle being that you need boiling water to brew tea. Thank you, Matt. But I'm a milking first kind of guy. And that's the way it's going to stay. I can't risk it. I cannot risk it. Bloody hell. Right, hang on, people. The show's going to start very shortly. I've just got an entropy that requires some viewage. Don't eat sewage. Viewage. Don't eat sewage. Okay, that's just a little electronic interlude that I like to provide for those robot viewers among us. Now, the grift obviously is the grease that keeps the cogs of the scrub machine driving forward across the horizon of truth into the future of superiorness and splendidity. You can have that one, Lulu. Feel free. And then look what happened. This happened. Boom! JC's dropped 100 English quids. Rumour has it you like the smell of napalm in the evening. Yeah. Reminds me, JC, of victory. Nice one, JC. That's absolutely boom. Brilliant. That's certainly perked me up. And I didn't need perking up though, but thank you very much. You've been very generous. I think when I finally get that computer, I'll call it JC. JC the computer. Or I might spell it Jay. I never give my computers names. I'm going to take that back. Hello, JC, the computer. How rude. How terrible. What a terrible response to a very generous super chat that was. Well, you know, got her on a pound note. It's a real one, people. It's a real English pound note. Look at that. So much. That's what I used to get for my pocket money. A week. One of them. Yep. Friday morning. My mother would walk down the stairs and she'd say, Christopher, it's pocket money time. And I'd look into her eyes and I'd say, whatever you've got, Mum, whatever you've got. It's the terrible thing about that localized memery is if you don't know what it is, people might not realise it's a parody, nay pastiche. Thank you, though, JC, in all seriousness. That's fucking boom, chicka boom. They call me Persian Tell. I am the liver in the Salvation Army toilet I dwell. And when they play their maracas, I go boom, chicky boom, boom, chicky boom. Rags is ordering me to check Telegram. Fucking hell, Rags. I've already got about 20 of yours in the... Oh, yeah. Hang on. All my days. We'll have a look at that one, but let's shill your thing first. I think it's worth a shilling. What's that? An old 5 pence? Hang on, people. This is worth a bit of a shill. Give me a second to just sort it out. Oh, God, I've moved the wrong page to the wrong person. I've sent a letter to the postman. He's gone and put it in his sack. And then early the next morning, he brought that letter back. He wrote upon it, return to Bondre. Okay, let me see if I can sort this out without being a fluffer. Here we go. Let me press that button. There you go. Managed it. Check it out, people. This is this. I'm advertising on the 2nd of December, 2021. That's going to be tomorrow, at 7:45 UK time. Bard is the British Bards group, Commonwealth Night. I think that's the one where Rags turns up. Is Lumi a regular, or was he just a guest that failed to impress and won't be getting invited back? Let me know, but there you go, people. If you want to look into that, go to t.me/British Bards Group or ask Rags, who's in the chat and who can post links. So there you go. Always nice to support another scrub. Rags, we'll have a look at that other thing a bit nearer towards the end because I've got a load of other ones to get through first. And I think, now, I don't think I've had a clip suggest. Don't worry, people. The stream's going to start in a minute. I don't think it was quite good though, wasn't it? I only do it because I know you can handle it. If I thought you were a weaker of character, like I don't know, some middle-aged midlife crisis rock singer, I wouldn't do it. Sorry, my crammers come undone. It always happens when I talk about Lulu. No, only joking, mate. I heard you were very good. I heard. I can't stop myself. Stop. Right. In the whole time of the Glorious House of Scrubbage, I don't think I've had the same clip suggested, not just to show, but to watch, as the one I'm about to play you. Now, it's 8 minutes long, so I'm not playing all of it. That's not because you couldn't handle 8 minutes of it. It's just, it seems wrong with other people's content, and this is from a movie. So, old type people, it's pretty much near the end. If YouTube yeet me for this, I'll be back in 4 minutes. But what I'll do, I'll get on my phone, and I think I might be able to get back in on the sly. But if I get yeeted, it comes back in 4 minutes. So, yeah, you know, I know what people's attention spans are like these days. And a black screen is like, ah! And just go and watch something else for 3 minutes and then come back. Don't leave me this way. Don't leave me this way. I remember my brother said to me once, he went, you see that Alison Moy, eh? I went, yeah. He went, that's a woman. He was brutal, my brother. I think that's where I got my sense of humour from, because you fucking had to in my drum. I tell you, with him and my old man, some of the things he used to say was shocking. Once when we were kids, he was about 9. Now, bearing in mind that my mum wouldn't let us say hate in the house. That was like a curse word. She wouldn't let us say ain't. My brother told my mum once, she went, Mum, Chris said ain't. And she was like, you ain't allowed to say that around here. Okay. Once my brother had this little thing where he kept saying bum sucker. So the four of us, just the four of us, building castles in the sky, be sitting watching telly, dinner on our laps, sausages, cabbage, greens. We've been there before, haven't we? And someone on the telly would say something, and my brother under his breath would go, bumsucker. And I'd just crack up, right? And nothing would be said. Half hour later, someone on telly, I don't know, Celebrity Squares or something, they go, okay, Bernie Winters, what did the vicar say when the lady asked for a cup of sugar? And my brother went, bumsucker. And I am cracking up, absolutely thinking it's the funniest thing ever. After about 15 subtle drops of bumsucker, my mum went, stop it! Do you know what that is? And he went, yeah, someone who sucks bums. Even my old man started laughing. Imagine giving that to your son on a plate. Do you know what that is? Yeah, someone who sucks bums. Anyway, so this has been suggested to me by many, many people. And that even when I tell you it, hello, Carter. Get Carter. Many people are going to go, oh, yeah, I know it. This is from One by One, the movie One by One, Rick Mayall's last movie. There you go. Loads of you have just gone, yeah. A couple of others of you have gone, bumsucker. I hope to not get yeeted, but we'll see if we can watch a fair amount of it. But like I say, if I do disappear, it's usually 4 minutes. Excuse me, and then you come back. I might have to interrupt it just a couple of times, for obvious reasons. But good Lord, is it prescient? Check it out. Oh, hang on a minute. I forgot to put the audio on. Hello, Mrs. Morris. What's an Occam bird? An Occam bird is a bird that sticks his head in the ground and whistles out its arse. Here's Rick Mayall in One by One. Have a look at this.
And then they will intentionally reduce the mass of the world's population. Mass genocide on a scale never seen before. There are a mass of ways they could introduce population slaughter. More staged events, orchestrated and maneuvered conflicts, and the use of bioengineered diseases. Vaccines. It could come in vaccines.
That's a very interesting point. Thank you, Carter. Much appreciated. Now, that's a very interesting point that he should have said that. I mean, it's interesting that he stresses it. We'll go back a bit for context. And obviously, look, you know this by now, Scrubs. I'd love to just play this through, but if I play it through, we get yeeted, so I have to interrupt. I know there's loads of you going, just let it play. But if I just let it play, the screen will go black and, no one wants their YouTube channel enriched. Boom. Here we go.
Diseases. Vaccines. It could come in vaccines. Women are being encouraged to get sterilized. What if they're using cervical cancer jabs? Not this generation, but the next. Prevention and cure for cancer. Or having babies.
That's madness.
You're right. They'd never wait 2 generations.
In the event that I am reincarnated, I'd like to come back as a deadly virus. So as to contribute to solving overpopulation.
Nice one, Clark. Mucho capriccio tutti. This bit isn't really worth hearing. It's better when we get back to Rick. Here we go. Thank you, Clark, and thank you, Carter. Here we go.
Love is not a factor when you're dealing with how the few procreate.
Natural selection, where the only natural element is the powers that be.
Population control already happens in China. You have to have a license before you can have a second child.
Come on, Deal. How many times have you thought about how unfair it is that you have to work to have a good life, whereas others breed and get given benefits and homes? How often have you wondered, like many others, what real value they bring to the world?
Population reduction programs eliminate a mind-blowing 95% of the population.
Eugenics is the pseudoscience culling the excess population.
Fake science.
Got that.
Who's your clever girl?
It'll be done in a barbaric fashion using draconian methods, and this global holocaust will probably come out from
So this is the kicker, really.
under the flag of the UN.
I can almost imagine us being frog marched away from our homes in a martial law kind of way. No one bats an eyelid.
Almost 95% of the population.
13 out of every 14 people killed, destroyed, and murdered.
In order to stabilize world population, they need or want to dispose of 6.5 billion people.
Viewers.
There you go. Nice one, people. The film is called One by One, and over the last few weeks, everyone has been asking to see it. The show is shortly going to start, so thank you for hanging around. Now, I know Katie Hopkins isn't everyone's cup of OCDT, but this is quite interesting. It's quite a nice summary, and it kind of sets the tone for the show. So this is a prologue in many ways, or you could call it a prologue. Give me 1 second. I've just got a little bit of background interference that needs sorting out. Just using my hacking skills. They're coming in too fast. We're going to need a bigger boat. Okay, so check out Katie Hopkins here. Put aside what you think of her and just listen to what she says. It's quite something. A nice little summary of where we are, perchance. Hit it, Catty.
Some people, like the people who wear their masks alone in cars, mask perverts I call them, love a bit of lockdown restriction, don't they? They love to talk about how they've been triple boosted and they've all had a negative PCR test within 24 hours of having a shit. Well, I've got some good news for them as I do a European update. In Greece, they're targeting the over...
We'll let her get to a European update, but Billy Bloggs said, Chris, are you going to go let your missus get the hoop and the hat and the hoo? She went and got the first one, and her arm didn't work for 2 days afterwards, and she was very sick for a couple of weeks afterwards. Was it connected? Who knows? But no, she ain't going anywhere near any more of that. And I've done my research, and it would appear that that particular one hopefully will be out of her system in about 5 months. But I was gutted when I found out, and she was feared into it. Anyway, I got to be a little bit careful about all that. But no, she's not. She's not boosting. She's not boosting forever and ever and ever. And ching, $1,000 a day. They're grifting out of that lark. Here we go. I'll take it back for context.
And they've all had a negative PCR test within 24 hours of having a shit. Well, I've got some good news for them as I do a European update. In Greece, they're targeting the over 60s. They plan to fine anybody over 60 who hasn't had a state injectable, and they're going to fine them on a monthly basis.
Now, this is quite interesting because when we were talking about Austria the other day, where there's no choice, there's no choice. And I was saying to you, we are now looking at the very likely scenario of screaming kids being held down while screaming parents are being held down by the same Gestapo that have turned up, the same KGB agents that have smashed your door down and come in and said, no, you have to You have to. Well, that was all I thought. If you haven't got an option, well, then that's it. But it turns out they're doing it financially. Oh, well, interesting. Who does that affect the most? Does that affect people who've got a lot of money, or does that affect people who are skint? Does that affect people who've already not got employment because they've already turned away from such mandates, or does it affect people who've already gone with the mandate? Very interesting that they've suddenly it's gone from mandate to the pocket. So, oh, by the way, I do want you to hear that. That's not a one-off fine, by the way. That's recurring. So it's like, ka-ching, next month. Have you broken yet? Have we broken your soul yet? There's 2 + 2 = 5 yet? No, ka-ching, there's another one. I ain't paying. You don't need to. They'll take that straight out of your bank account, mate.
Hasn't had a state injectable, and they're going to fine them on a monthly basis until they die. Do you like that one? In Austria, there's going to be a vaccine mandate, and if you haven't had the state injectable forced in your arm by February, they're going to fine you €7,300. How about that? Germany have looked over the border, seen what Austria's doing, got a little bit excited about it, and decided they might have a compulsory vaccine mandate as well.
And I think that's really interesting. And I know I did say it the other day, but it's weird how no one's spoken out about Austria. It's weird how none of the European Union, all together as one. It's weird that no one's spoken out about this absolute tyranny and said, this is madness. You can't do this. This is, these are nations built on the idea of freedom. You've been blabbing at us about human rights for the last God knows how long. And all of a sudden, fuck that. Doesn't mean anything. They've just gone. And the reason they're letting Austria crack on is because, well, it's coming to a KGB stormtrooping gang in your front room soon.
And start fining people who refuse to be injected by the state. And in the UK, GPs are no longer going to see people that have got issues or problems, maybe have got cancer, mothers desperately worried about their child who's woken up poorly. They're going to be something called reprioritized, which...
Yep, you heard correctly, people. This is it. This is the unclean. You'll be having a little yellow star on you soon. Oh no, Carl, he's going into cardiac arrest. Call an ambulance. Boo! Get there. Oh no. No. This one has an addict, has he? No, get back in the ambulance. False alarm, unclean. Meanwhile, alcoholic down the road, no problem. Meanwhile, geese down the road smokes 40 fags a day, no problem. Meanwhile, Formula One driver has a crash, no problem. Meanwhile, morbidly obese people who just go, no problem. No, crack on with them. That's fine. That seems to make sense. That seems to be fair. This is from a fucking progressive culture that talks about equality, equity. Oh, yeah. Yeah, until it doesn't help you out, until it doesn't support your new world order, terrifying. Sorry to scare you people, but I didn't do it.
Which I think means told to offity fuck, and instead they're just going to be pushing the booster at all times. That is the good news from the democratic and freedom-loving peoples of Europe who simply can't get enough of lockdown.
The unclean. It's incredible, isn't it? Deniers. Not gonna get treatment. You're gonna be reprioritized. Mate, I need help. Well, you should have thought of that. Yeah, but I've had a car crash. Well, probably because, you didn't have your, no, someone run into me. Someone who was vaccinated run into me, actually. Nah, sorry, mate, still don't count. Maybe if you agree to have it now, we'll fix your arm. If you watch, I'm calling that now. You go to hospital. Oh, I've got something hideous. I need treatment. Yeah. Says here that you're non-compliant. What? Says here that you're unclean. What? I mean, all it would take is a little injection. I mean, you want some morphine for the pain, don't you? Yeah, quick, hurry up. Yeah, but you're going to need another injection before you get the morphine. Yeah, but I don't know about that one. Well, I'm sorry, mate. That's how it goes. It's two 1-on-1. Shocking. Be rightly shocked. It's like, what? What the fuck? I assume, though, because Britain is a fair place, because it's all about equality, no doubt they'll be paying the uncleans taxes back. That the percentage of their taxes that went into the NHS, no doubt they'll be getting that back. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. We're all getting rebates. You know, it wouldn't be too hard to work out how much of it your working man's tax goes into the NHS and just rebate it. I like to call it a reprioritizing of my money. It's fucking shocking. Right. Now, this is interesting. I'm going to show you it halfway through. I hope that this is meant to be halfway through. Don't worry, people. The show's going to start very shortly. This is quite interesting. This is talking about, what is it? San Diego Old Bill. Gathers, coppers, the fuzz, filth. They're mandating the old bill. Now, this is what's hilarious about this is and this is only happening in Democrat states. There might be the odd anomaly, some rhino somewhere just thinking, "Fuck this, I want to keep my job. Fuck the USA. I've got a booze habit to pay for." So mainly Democrat states, if not totally, I don't know, but I'm just letting myself have that little just in case. So they're sacking off old Bill. And the really interesting thing that this San Diego copper he's resigned. He's just said, no, fuck it. The weird thing is they're going to other states that haven't got the mandates to get work, to be re-employed as a copper. So the Republican states are going to have all the best cops. And the places that fucking need them, because they've already defunded the police, they already reallocated funds because BLM said, no, don't give the police money. We're going to send feminist social workers out there to stop the rape. Got to stop the rape. Got to stop the motherfucking rape now. Stop the rape. Stop the motherfucking rape. It's just ridiculous. But again, it's hilarious. Rise of the normies. I was talking about it this morning. I ain't getting your mandate. I ain't working for you. Come on, love. Come on, kids. We're moving to a Republican area where we can get a job and they'll have a nice, strong police force and crime will continue to plummet, while in those Democrat hellholes, it's just going to keep getting worse and worse and worse. And we're going to see more of what we see with the gubernatorials all the way up to the midterms. Have a look at this. I'm only going to show you the second half of it, but it's really interesting. He makes a couple of good points and there's some good images. Here we go. Speak.
On even more necessity. But Brandon, what does that comment miss?
Oh, hang on a minute. I mean, the fact that this fella's name is Brandon hasn't been missed on me. So that bit on the screen, this is what came out from the mayor. The way out of this pandemic is through vaccines, and the city of San Diego will lead by example. With city employees regularly interacting with members of the public, this vaccination mandate takes on even more necessity.
On even more necessity. But Brandon, what does that comment miss?
And let's go, Brandon.
The concept upon which our country was literally founded, the concept of freedom.
Right. It's very uncharacteristic of our American democracy. This mandate infringes upon our personal freedom, and I don't believe government official or government has any place making a decision when it comes to my personal health.
We did a picture of you in the tease before we went to commercial, and it showed you in your SWAT outfit. There it is.
Right, check this bit out. It's excellent. It's excellent. I'll take it a little bit back. And check out what... Oh, hang on. It's going all over the place here. 1 second. Sorry, just lets you know there that while these clips are playing, I'm working hard behind the scenes. I'm doing the work of a whole crew here. Check out this little bit, because this little bit's really cool, really nice. Check it.
the tease before we went to commercial, and it showed you in your SWAT outfit. There it is.
Look at that fella, amazing.
Is on the screen. Sir, you look jacked. You look like you could defend us in any way, shape, or form from anything that could potentially befall us. Why would we get rid of that? Because you won't take a vaccine? Because quite frankly, sir, if my family is in...
Hang on, this is the kicker. Yeah.
That. Because you won't take a vaccine. Because quite frankly, sir, if my family is in jeopardy and I see you come to the door, I don't give two you-know-whats whether you have a vaccine, what your race is, what your religion is. I don't care.
It's a fantastic point, and it kicks them right in the balls.
I want that guy saving my life.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I don't want any fucking blue-haired feminists turning up at my door saying, hey, stop, got to stop the rape. Stop the motherfucking rape now. Stop the rape. No, I don't want that. I want this geezer turning up going, get the fuck off her. You got 2 seconds. No, 1. Boom. I want him to Rittenhouse him right in the back of the neck. This is bullshit. Although you follow the science. But this is the bit where he says about fucking off elsewhere to get employment. I mean, why was that never going to happen? Why didn't they see this? No, you have to have it or you're going to lose your job. All right. I'll get one somewhere else then. It's brilliant. Check it.
Listen, there's a lot of good men and women out there on that team. We're already seeing those guys looking for jobs in other states that don't have this mandate or at other.
And there you go. That's all you need to know about that. Exactly. Looking for jobs elsewhere. Looking for jobs where the police are respected. Looking for jobs where they're not being defunded. Looking for places where they're valued, where they should be, where the rule of law counts. Not these fucking weird anarchistic sort of Californian shitholes. It's just shocking and not working. It's not working. Apparently 40% of San Diego police are vaccinated. That ain't a lot. Well, it's less than half. My maths ain't that bad. It's less than half. Right, people, before the show starts, there's been a complaint lodged. There's a child's fantasy writer on the firm, and it would appear he's got a he's got a little bit annoyed, got a little bit upset. Bless him. I mean, we got a super chat from Lumi to deal with, people. He said this: "Here you go, you git. You could at least mention my Substack when you're slagging me off." And then there's the link. Off to be a middle-age crisis rock star on the morrow. You know I'm only pulling your plonker, throwing bollocks at you. Lumi's also got a Substack. He writes fantasy, and it's very good. It is very good. Prize-winning fantasy. I don't like fantasy, but I did read Is. So there you go. And he also rocks out poems. Illuminatus.substack.com. There you go. Easy enough to remember. If you want to check it out, and it's quality fantasy, you can probably get that link off him. Rags can put it in the chat if you want, Rags, if you can sort that out. Illuminatus.substack.com, or grab it off of Lumi in the Scrubs lifeboat on Telegram. Nice one, Lumi. Thanks for the donation as well. That's paid advertising, and essentially it wasn't paid enough. Nice one, Lumi. Right, so that's all interesting. It's good to see these gathers moving away. What have we got now? Oh no, this. Just chill. Just before the show starts, I am going to rely on some content from the best streamer on the internet. No, not me. I'd like to say it was. I mean, I have a different... We've got more of a niche thing going here. It's more personal. But Salty Cracker is every stream, not his videos so much, but his live streams, they're a masterclass in streaming. It's his full-time job, so it should be very good. And I think he's brilliant. I think he's the best thing to happen to YouTube in a long while. And for that reason, he probably won't be on there for much longer. But he put this little video out. And well, the interesting, I'm not knocking Salty Cracker, I just bigged him up. But the interesting bit is the news report at the beginning. But we will listen to a bit of Salty Cracker's rundown because it's very good because he's excellent. Oh, I like the sound of that, John. Nice one. Hello, Jays. Hello, mate. Nice one. How's it going over there on Twitchy? Higolini says, what's the gag with the show starting? Oh, there's no joke there. There's no joke there. It'll start shortly, don't worry. Hello, Pags. Everyone is a fed. Have you been fed? Fat bastard. Hello, Mousecat. He's on later tonight, tomorrow morning live. That's right. You're absolutely right. He does like a Wednesday, Thursday. I don't know when it is because all the days are all mixed up. Everyone's a fed. Look at that. ST911 likes Dangerfield more too. Fucking hell. Cro-Magnon's fed up. I see what you've done there. It will be starting shortly. In fact, you're not even getting 2 hours out of me tonight because I need to rest. I am shafted. Right. Ian said, this is mental. I posted it on Telegram. Oh, there you go. Madness. Absolute madness. Yeah, don't worry, Pax Max. Sit tight, mate. We're going to be starting soon. Right. Baz says, I am fat. No. Rusky is fat. Rusky's fat. Come on, you can't claim that, Baz. That's Rusky's all over. So let's have a look at this. But like I say, Salty's, we won't watch all of Salty's analysis because, again, that will be his content on my show. But we will check a bit of his analysis. But please, just after we just heard what Katie Hopkins had to say, after all the stuff we've been talking about and that copper and mandates. Hello, Henry. Nice to see you, son. All that. Hello, Kajetel. All that sort of stuff. Bear all that in mind. And now it's like 28 days later. You know that are coming after everyone. This blew my mind. This blew my mind when I watched this. Talk about the unclean. Talk about zombies. Have a look at this. This is berserk. It was excellent using that word. Try it. Yes, exactly that, Anglo. That's what this is. Absolutely. Check this out. Look at this. No Cat Popeye. Hello, mate. If any scrubs are wrestling fans, I doubt it. I'll be streaming Saturday, my Raw show on WWE 2K20. There you go. I didn't mean that in a rude way, no Cat Popeye. I just can't imagine many scrubs are into wrestling. I mean, Giant A-Stacks and Shirley Campenwerp, maybe. But there you go. A little advert for No Cat Popeye's channel. There you go. Look, turns out John Palmer is. Yes, Ian. It's all that lot, isn't it? Anyway, people, sit back and try not to believe your eyes, but this is real. This isn't a parody. You are watching the world today. An audio, no, fuck the audio check. I'll just make sure I've done it correctly. Yeah, your eyes are not deceiving you. This is where we've got. I want you to exert an element of critical distance. I want you to get out of the hypnotic sort of, that Adam Curtis, Bitter Lake kind of so much information that it ceases to mean anything. Step back a bit from this. Remember where we were 20 years ago, 30 years ago. And now look where we are today. This is real. This is happening. Everything is not beautiful and everything hurts. Check it.
Morning. We start with breaking news out of Darwin, where 3 people have escaped from the Howard Springs COVID quarantine facility. Talia Sava's there for us. Talia, good morning.
Yeah, you heard that correctly. I'm just going to rewind it while you're picking your jaw up from the floor. This is breaking news. They've escaped. 3 of them have got out. They've got out of a quarantine facility. Lock up your kids. Pull down the battens. Just fucking get your sprays out. Now it's time for AR-15s. They've escaped. They're in your neighbourhoods. Fucking Ada.
Morning. We start with breaking news out of Darwin, where 3 people have escaped from the Howard Springs COVID quarantine facility. Talia Sava's there for us. Talia, good morning. There's a search underway right now.
Yes, that's right, Davina. Good morning to you. We've been told the trio scaled the fence in the early hours of this morning. Police receiving reports around...
Fucking hell, I'm surprised they had the energy to scale fences if they're unclean and dirty. Those fucking zombies, they must have used some kind of technological support or something. Scaling fences? Good Lord, where'd they get the power for that from? I'll take it back for context.
The trio scaled the fence in the early hours of this morning. Police receiving reports around 4:40 a.m. Now, major police checkpoints have been set up around Howard Springs for the past...
Yeah. Yep, they've set up checkpoints. They've formed a border. No one will escape. I'm just going to get a bit of light on proceedings by turning this a little 10 degrees to the right. Nothing wrong with going 10 degrees to the right. There you go. You can see me again. And my migraine is just moments away. Yeah, you heard that. They've set up a border. You know what they used to do for like serial killers and escaped madmen? Yep, they've done it. I will take it back. Not for context, just so that you can believe it. Again, this is not a rehearsal. The revolution will be televised.
40 a.m. Now, major police checkpoints have been set up around Howard Springs for the past several hours. As you can see in these pictures, they've been conducting thorough searches in cars.
Open the boot. Come on, open the boot. Have you got an unvaccinated person in the back of your car? All right, Lucy, daughter of Mick. Lucy, juicy Lucy, daughter of Mick. I hope you've got intelligence, 'cause your father is thick. He's a grown man, but he wears teenager's shoes. I hope you have a lovely day and you don't get the blues. How was that, Mick? Anyway, back to looking into boots of cars. Quick, where are they? Who's hiding them? I said it last week. Didn't I say it last week? This will be Anne Frank. People will be hiding people in their basements. The Gestapo will come round. Loose floorboard. Would you like a cup of tea? Pulls the carpet back. Maybe a lager? Yes, certainly, madam. And there's kids downstairs going, oh, it's happening. Look at that. Look at the headline, quarantine escape. Fucking hell. Everyone stay in.
Past several hours, as you can see in these pictures, they've been conducting thorough searches in car booths, checking vehicle registrations, cars and buses alike.
Hans, are we the baddies?
Well, friends, a little bit of a public service announcement.
Right, so there you go. That was the actual footage, but it would be a little bit unfair not to show a bit of Salty's analysis. Hit it.
Announcement, if you will, especially if you're on the continent of Australia, specifically the Katherine region. Watch out. Massive prison break. I'm talking a level 15 maximum security prison. Rapists, murderers, all types of people. Look at this fucking manhunt going on over here. They searching people's cars. They will find these people. Probably terrorists, by the way. Don't take cannibals. Cannibalistic terrorists. Not kid fuckers, though. They don't ever seem to get arrested in Western civilization. It's weird. It's almost like there's some sort of deep secret cabal of evil elites who traffic in sex with little children. Anyway, again, if you're in this region, watch out. Watch out for rampant criminals. Oh, I'm sorry. No, they're not murderers. They're not rapists. No, it's people with sniffles. Holy shit, you gotta be fucking kidding me. This is creepy. This is way creepy. Notice how the mainstream media press is never coming out. You don't have anybody coming out from the mainstream media press or any of these sports athletes, especially the basket hoops people who care so much about civil rights, right? All these people. Ain't nobody ever coming out and talking about the concentration fucking camps in China or the concentration fucking camps going on in Australia. How can anybody talking about this? That's the plan, boys. That's the plan for everybody. Nobody can come out and condemn this. Where's the UN at? What do you mean you're rounding people up? You're rounding up Uyghur Muslims in China? We'll turn a blind eye to that. They're making Nike shoes for LeBron James over the fucking snitch bitch. And of course, you're rounding up people with a fever in Australia. You're going to turn a blind eye to that too. Because again...
Sorry. There you go. Go and check out the rest of that should you wish to. It's absurd. It's absurd. It's total madness. And it's happening, and it will soon be knocking on doors. We've had a call. Well, in fact, we had 30 people in your street call and say that a family came in here this morning and they weren't wearing masks. Oh, yes, officer. They left just briefly afterwards. We said to them that they couldn't come in. Well, we'd like to come in and have a look round. I'm afraid, no, isn't that... Do you need a warrant or something? In the back of the head. Go! Go! There they are! Don't touch them! And it'll be that weird sort of web thing they've got where they're all getting knotted up in it. Ah! Quick, get them! They're all coming in NBC suits. I've got one over here. We've got a dirty child alert. Inject. Has she been past the safe yet? There's another one over there. Quick, inject. I can't get the injection to her. It's all right. She's been treated. Over. Fucking roadblocks for people with a fucking flu. But don't worry about it, people. Don't see it as a negative. I mean, I've never been an accelerationist, but at this stage, excuse me, let me just eject some coof. Oh, it's all the excitement that's gone to my head. And my sinuses, it would appear. I've never been I've never been sexy. I've been quite sensual, though. I've never been an accelerationist because that's ridiculous. Let's fuck everything up and then it will get better. But at this point, it don't matter. You're an accelerationist by proxy because once the communists got in, well, here we are. And I'm still calling that. They will be coming round your house and checking your basement for terrified children whose parents have said to them, we just want to, sit it out a little bit longer because there's a lot of people dying and you're my children. And again, I'm not a medical expert. This is for entertainment purposes only. I would not suggest that you make any medical decisions based on anything I've said. I think you'll make your own minds up and that'll be right. So here we go. This is quite amazing. This morning we were talking about the midterm memetic phalanx gun. Now, if you don't know what a phalanx gun, you haven't been watching enough of this channel. A phalanx gun basically fires out a wall of metal. I think it's, if I remember rightly, someone will tell me, I think it's depleted uranium or something awesome. And it fires out a wall of metal, often from battleships and the like, so that heat-seeking or whatever missiles go, oh, no, fuck the ship. There's another thing here. And so it hits that instead. That's what a phalanx gun. We watched one on this channel a while back. It fires something like 100 billion, trillion, gazillion Googleization of the planet in like a minute. It fires a wall of metal to take missiles off their target. And so we were talking this morning about the phalanx gun of the midterm memetic war, the third great memetic war. And this one came back, and this is brilliant. And I would ask you people, if you've never made a meme, make one. Because they are so powerful and they are so necessary, and it's easy. You don't worry. Look, you don't even have to say you made it. Get an image, go to Google, find an image, chuck some words on it, put it on Twitter, on Facebook. If no one likes it, they don't know you made it. You could have just shared it, but people might like it. You know the kind of words to get in there. It's a keywords thing. It's an SEO thing essentially. Check this one out. It's an absolute classic. This is the power of memetic magic. Have a look at this. It's 28 seconds, so don't blink, but it's quite something. I'm sure many of you will have seen it. 28 seconds, not 28 minutes. Did I say that? Sorry, I've got phalanx kind of numbers on the brain. Here we go.
And please, show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful. And please.
There's the First Amendment. You just gotta look it up.
Chris, there was a time when CNN actually cared about being journalistic and talking about facts. Donald Trump broke you guys. I mean, you're just, your entire show, your entire network now is just how much you hate Trump.
And let's just remember that Fredo there is no longer got a job, and nor is his brother, because his brother got too busy. He got a bit Harvey on a few women in his office. It's quite incredible. I'm sorry, it bears repeating. It's so good. It's there. It's just there. Check it.
And please, show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful. And please.
There's the First Amendment. You just gotta look it up.
Mr. Cuomo as well. Even some respect. It's so good. So good, so good, so good. Right, I think we are, before we go to that one, I think it's time for today's toxic masculinity. Don't worry, people. After that, the show will probably start. This is a long video. Now, this was sent to me by Zeitgeist, actually. I can't believe he found it before I did, because apparently they're local boys. This is from a channel called Cambo Lifestyle. It's got 1,250,000 subscribers, and they're Cambodian people who recycle stuff and make weapons out of them. They're proper preppers. Now, be careful sharing this on Facebook, because if you missed the show last week, Facebook will now give you a warning, and they'll say, do you know someone who's over preparing? No shit, that's true. If you are pro prepping, if you are pro preparing, which is a thing that you do in life, you prepare in life, because if you don't prepare in life, you might have to, I don't know, rely on the state. Who'd want that? I mean, what state would want that? Apart from a communist state, of course, because they need it, because, when everyone's starving and that. So careful what you do with this channel. But this is quite something. It's 6.5 minutes. We won't watch all of it. And the opening credits are the best bit. So this is a little bit of, I'll fast forward through a few bits of it, but we'll watch the beginning, we'll watch him make a bit of it, and we'll watch the end. So this is today's toxic masculinity. This is from Cambo Lifestyle, and it's how to make a double powerful bow from a giant wheel bike. Not quite sure what a giant wheel bike is. I mean, I live in Cambodia, and I haven't seen one. Or maybe I have, and I just didn't know what it was called. Here we go. Enjoy. You know it's Cambodian when the next thing he's going to hit is a bottle of insect repellent spray. Good call, Higolini. A giant wheel bike would be a penny farthing, but simultaneously a tiny wheel bike. There you go, a bit of both. Oh, Vincent Griffin, good to see you, mate. It's all right, you haven't missed anything. The show's going to start very shortly. So let's have a look how he makes it. I will forward it. I might put it on super speed. I don't know. Let's have a watch. Love the sound of an angle grinder. Thank you, Meganesia. Good to see your haircut, but now I'm missing your clavicle. Well, right, Meganesia, my dear. I tried to do it myself. Failed. Called the missus on WhatsApp. She got a clamor out. She said, right, do this, do this, do this. Hers looked brilliant. I looked like I was doing a headstand in the underwear drawer. We tried various different methods of tying. I just haven't got it in me. I don't have those Cambodian hands. There's a really good way of tying it, which I will hopefully do at the next one. And you haven't seen it yet, actually. I don't think I've. Let me show you the photo. There's a really cool way, because as I told you when I was explaining it, there's a way of tying it for the top of your head. There's a way of tying it to protect the back of your head. There's a way of tying it where you actually get a peak to cover your face. But there's also this one, which is absolutely superb. That's for the sides of your head. But honestly, I just haven't got it in me. It looked ridiculous. But it will return. And I did need an haircut. You know, I needed to get the Adolf back on the firm. And I think I certainly did that. Anyway, back to this. I'll move it on a bit because cleaning up a bike wheel isn't great. Here we go. We'll watch. This is the interesting bit where he does this part of the job. Here we go. And it was quite interesting what Zeitgeist said, actually, because, you know, it's people who've got these kinds of skills that, you know, might come in handy. I mean, I'm not apocalyptic. I'm not. I believe in a political solution to a fair amount of our problems. And I certainly believe in a political solution to creating a fundamental base from which other problems can find solutions. However, if you are struggling to buy food, if there is a lack of availability of food, without a doubt, it's people who can do things like this who are going to be able to feed themselves. You know, it's quite simple, really. A couple of bike wheels, we'll move it on a bit. He gets his string and all that involved, which is rather cool. I mean, I always marvel at such things because I haven't got a Danny LaRue how you'd even start with something like this. But we'll move it on a bit. I'll give you the link to the channel because there's loads of cracking stuff that they make on it. And of course, during a potential apocalyptic scenario, you've got to make sure your weapons are looking good. See Mad Max 2 for inspiration. There you go, and there it is. There's the final version. I'm sure our national champion Rags is thoroughly enjoying watching this with a little bit of a hold of his chin. Oh no, it's actually pretty powerful, look. Full can of Schweppes. I like the way he shakes them up for extra effect. Look at beautiful Cambodia there. Look at it, lovely. There you go. Nice bit of kit. I mean, you can say how powerful is it. I reckon one of those arrows adequately sharpened in your forehead. I reckon that'd be powerful enough. Nice one, Rags. So I take it the other two strings are some kind of counter, like a counter kinetic. He ain't got a bad shot on him. Boom! And there is your breakfast sorted. Yeah, man. Yeah. And here's lunch. Incredible stuff. I'll give you the link to the old channel. There's loads of stuff on it, all things like that. They make boats and they make all quite incredible stuff. I'll give you the link to the channel. Like I say, $250,000 of. There you go, people. There is the link in the chat to the whole channel. Anglo-Saxon, bringing back compulsory archery training is the way to go. I mean, Jesse Lee Peterson told me. I deliberately said it like that. I was deception via omission. He was saying on his channel once that when he went to school, the boys would carry their rifles to school. That was just normal. You know, you'd carry your rifle to school, and at some point during the school day, you'd do a bit of rifle practice and a bit of gun learning, and that was just standard. I mean, look at the state of it now. Now you have to wear a plastic transparent bag so that people aren't smuggling Glocks into school. That turned out all right, didn't it? Well, that's what I thought, Kajetil. Anglo, thanks for that donation, mate. Much appreciated. Andrew said that would ruin your weekend. And Kajetil says, okay, I still wouldn't want. Yeah, I reckon that penetrates your skin. Rags, as Irish champion archer, do you reckon with an adequately sharpened arrow that would penetrate human skin? Richard says distance, 15 foot. You'd have to be very sneaky. Oh, trust me, the Cambodians are certainly that. I can definitely say that. Oh, good crikey. Right, don't worry, people. The show is not far from the start, actually, which is always nice. And I just want to show you this because it's absolutely beautiful. Boom. And then this happened. JC, boom, he's dropped 50 English into the aunt. Good form tonight, Chris. Nice one, JC. It's been, I really appreciate that, as you know, but I feel like I've been on a bit of a roll for the last few weeks after my descent into stupidity. It's been great getting back on form, and the scrubs are on form as well. So that certainly helps motivate me to, get it going good. Thank you very much for that, JC. That's amazing. And I'll be fair, when someone opens a stream with £100 donation, that helps me relax a bit, especially with a girlfriend's birthday around the corner. I'm like, sweet, and puts me in a cracking mood. Cracking. Thank you, JC. All jokes aside, very generous and really encouraging. Thank you. Appreciato. I put the link for that channel in. I'll put it in again. It's not actually the channel. It's for the link I'm putting in is for that video. But obviously, you can find that video from that link. You can find that channel from that video is what I meant to say. Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? Absolutely amazing. John B says, what kind of donations is JC going to drop when the show actually starts? Well, it's coming. The show's going to start very shortly, people. Thank you all for hanging around during the introduction. I just had a few technical issues that needed taken care of. Now, this more from the phalanx gun of memes. This is incredible. It's subtle, but beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Keep your eye out. Well, unless you've got two, which I assume most of you have, but I like to be inclusive, you see. What do you call a deer with no eyes? No idea. People used to pay me for comedy, so shut up. Here we go. Burp. Have a look at this. It's incredible. It's called What's This Story? The lady you're about to see, I think it's Joe Biden's daughter that he married. It's hard to say. They've got a bit of the Richard Madeley and Judy Finnegan reversal going on, haven't they? Biden and his he's a fossil, and compared to him, she's like a newborn. Continue. Tell us about your lovely Christmas stories, commie. Ah, fuck. Could you hear that? Can someone tell me if you heard that? They would never give me an award, and I wouldn't fucking want it. When you get a Perrier award, they've basically said to you, "Oi, comedian, you're so middle of the road." Right. what do you call a dead eye? A dead deer with no eyes. Still no idea. Right, you had audio, did you? You heard check 1 2. Check 1 2. Here we go on the decks. Let's have it. Right, here we go. Oh, sorry, Matt. Doctor. Right, and don't forget that Bo Jiden himself is a doctor. Yeah, PhD of bullshit, pile high and deeper. Here we go. Check it. She's going to tell you a lovely little Christmas story. It's not cloying and check it.
In each room, we tell a story.
She's no Melania, is she? I was waiting for that one. I'll take it back for context. But just to hear her say, in each room we tell a story. Yeah, just remember that bit.
In each room, we tell a story of gifts from the heart. In the East Wing, we see the gift of service with shooting stars representing the frontline workers who brought light to our lives in the darkest days.
Oh, that weren't meant to happen. Hang on a minute, people. I've absolutely screwed it and ruined the punchline. Here we go.
Stars representing the frontline workers who brought light to our lives in the darkest days.
It's awesome again.
In each room, we tell a story of gifts from the heart. In the East Wing, we see the gift of service with shooting stars representing the frontline workers who brought light to our lives in the darkest days.
The lot of them they're just socially distanced with their master. What's this story? I don't know, the orgy of an end of empire situation where the commies managed to get hold of things because everyone had been freaking hypnotized by an endless news cycle of bollocks. Okay, people, the show is very shortly starting. Give me a couple of seconds. It might take a little bit longer than that. It's a scat break, steady. I'd like to thank everyone who donated. I'd like to thank Rags and Moslab for looking after the place, and Rags for helping me with the content on many streams. I'd like to thank all of the scrubs for getting busy in the chat. Oh, hang on. The show is shortly about to start. I've just got to show you this. Give me 1 second. Oh, hang on. No, Rags, they're for tomorrow, mate. Both of them are for tomorrow because, yeah, I've got, they're in the wood. Don't worry, Rags. They will be seen. So where was I? I'd like to thank Rags and Moslab for looking after the place. I'd like to thank Rags for providing a lot of the content I used in a lot of my streams. I'd like to thank you, the scrubs, because without you engaging and saying things and all that, I can't get busy. And so it's been brilliant. You've been on fire, helps me get on fire. Don't forget, if you like reading short stories, I've got a Substack. I'll never monetize it. Link in the description. There's about 12 or 14 stories already in the archive, and I might even knock a new one out tonight. If it ain't tonight, it'll be tomorrow. And it's an absolute cracker. 1.5 kilos of Durban poison, a bin bag full of mushrooms, and about 200 old bill. That's it, really. I'll be streaming twice tomorrow as well, about 9:30, 10 o'clock UK time in the morning, and about 3:30, 4 o'clock UK time in the afternoon. Thank you all very much. I'll play a bit of music as we leave, and I'll be putting your comments on the screen. If you've got anything to shill, anything you want to say, if you want to thank me, now's your chance. I'll see you all in the morning. Have a cracking rest of your Wednesday. I hope so. Ta-da! sorry, Meganesia. Shut my enemies up today by doing them a good turn. But if I had to choose a weapon, it would be a poison blowpipe. Well done for shutting them up. It's always good to do things for other people. It makes you feel good. Nice one, Meganesia. Poison blowpipe. Well, poison dart. Poison blowpipe's likely to kill you. But I think I know what you meant. Ta-da!
Everyone knows I'm gonna be the first man down.
Oh, nice one, Mumford. Me and him ain't talking much at the moment. I wonder if he just deliberately yeeted that. The show's going to start shortly, people. There you go.
Maybe my mind will fail to ever find the point. I'm going deep, deep down underwater. Gonna make my grave underneath the wave. I'm going deep, deep down underwater. Gonna lay my head on the riverbed. Looking back, I rejected every place I stayed. A woman says I'm lying in the bed I've made. She says warriors don't give up before the war begins. So I get high to justify the mess I'm in. People get mad and people get sad.
Oh, cool, John. Put the pressure on. Yeah, man, it is a stupid, sexy one. Had about 9 new sign-ups today, though, so well happy about that. Yep, we're about to start, Higolini. Nice one, Jays. It is nearly Friday. A pleasure, Kajel. Nice one, man. Philip Schofield. Well, I only done an hour and a half, to be honest with you, tonight, because I am a little bit headachy. Nice one, Pax Max. Wash. No, it's about to start. Go to his Odyssey channel, Grego. Go to his YouTube and then find the Odyssey link and you'll see when he started the other ones. Nice one, Anglo. Determined to be last super chat tonight. I'm going deep, deep down underwater. I think you probably will be. There ain't a lot left of this tune. Maybe I'll play another one. Thank you, Anglo. Very generous. Rise to the right is very excited. I do check entropy as well, people, at this late stage. I think Anglo's nailed it. There you go, son. Yeah, I think if you want to catch Salty live, go to YouTube. Once you've got to YouTube, click on his Odyssey link and then go and have a look at some of his previous streams and you'll find out when they start. Thank you all. It's been cracking getting back to 2. I'll be doing 2 again tomorrow. So I'll see you about, I don't know, what is it? 9:30 in the morning. Ta-da, people. Ta-da.